evening, everyone, and welcome to Camp Patton Family Compound. It is good to have you here. It is time for Friday night in the Homestead, and tonight's topic is propane gear to have. And let me go ahead and drop out of here. Hey, how's everybody doing? Let me grab the comments here. Boom, there we go. Oh, all right, so we have first in was Mark Chef Tech, and then Caitlin Strain, then Diana 2. Well, I'm just going to say Diana 2. That's what she used to, I mean, she's always been Diana 2, forever. And then Shenanigans. All right, and so that's one, and it shows we got, several, at least on my screen here, it's saying we got several other people hanging around, lurking. So lurking is fine. Just remember to hit the thumbs up and or just say, hey, lurking, listening, busy, but listening, whatever. That's the only comment you got to make. But all righty. So tonight's one was one that I thought a lot of you would need. Mark's down in the basement on the phone. So, all right, here he comes. He'll be up here in a minute. So, all right, so he's still muted. So when he gets back upstairs, he'll become unmuted. All right, and yeah. So, all righty. Low Lone Pepper just came in too. So tonight's should be very interesting for everybody here. I got a lot of information, and they have the propane world has changed over the since I was involved in scoutings. There's a lot more added to it of things you can get, and so yeah, I'm just still watching the chat here on that. So before I jump into the slide, I want to talk about what's behind me here on the wall. So let me make me a little bit bigger. These are just some of the hose adapters and different things you can get on it. But what's most important, I'm going to make me disappear a little bit here. This little doodad here, which is on the wall there, is great. It's a tank switcher. And what it does, it allows you to hook up the two propane. Well, most of your travel trailers will have two propane tanks up on the front, and it'll have one of these. You can hook to it. The ones on the that come on the trailers are automatic, so it goes from one to the other. And when one runs out of propane, then it switches to the other one. And Howie's here, Food Forest Permaculture, and so. The way it works on that is, I gotta take care of something here. Down to the bottom here. Sorry, folks, just trying to keep my stuff together here. And Tammy's here as well. And so when it switches from one to the other. Now, some of them have a little flag thing that'll pop up saying showing that it's switched to whatever indicator that which one it's on. So I got to take that one off and go fill it up while it's running on the other one. When I first moved up here, my daughter and the grandkids are all in the house, and I set up a hookup outside to hook up RVs or travel trailers too. Froze. And so I had that on there. And the first winter I spent out there in the trailer there because the propane was working nice. And I had 2 extra tanks. So one ran out and switch it up and switch the other one up and go fill the 2 empties up. And it works really good. But some of the guys that I was talking to back at the Mount Diablo Silverado Council were saying, hey, yeah, we use that some of the campsites where we're doing a lot of, they got the several of the camp stoves. We'll show pictures of those here in a little bit. And you go ahead and take me back down again. No, he's still muted. He's still downstairs. And they would basically, they have a lot of things hooked up to it, and they switch to the one thing, and they have a manifold there. They'll have hoses going to one 2-burner cook stove, one to another 2-burner cook stove, one to a tripod thing that had propane lanterns on it, and they'd also have a regular barbecue grill hooked off to it, and they'd run off. They have it hooked up to 2 tanks there, but it would be running the one tank, and when it ran out, it would kick over the other one. Okay, I'm going to take this one back to the truck and pack in another propane tank. So it's some of the neat things to do about it. So let's get on to the slideshow here. Boom. I would love to have 2 of these tanks sitting out back on the other side of the shop here. Oh, what you can't see very well on it, yeah. Down at the bottom of the tank down here, you can see my cursor moving. There's like a little gray hose here coming off over to right up over here. That's called a wet leg. It comes off the bottom. So the propane that's liquid, it sets on the bottom. The top part gas is off. So it's the gas that comes into the house and stuff. Well, on that wet leg, you can hook it up to a propane tank and fill up a propane tank. So I got some. I'll show a little bit more about that as we go. So let's go to the. Now, this is just an extension hose for the new type of hookups, but it also works on the old type too for the what you can hook up to it. The new type, it just screws onto it. It's just it's not the left. It's not the lefty tighty, righty loosey. It's which is left-handed threads. It has a right-handed, just making a couple turns, and it locks in and turns it on. The one on the left here, the outer ones matches the green one here, but the inside has the old school ones. So you change that. Now one of the other ones they have here still has the modern one on this side, but this side here matches the little green 1-pound bottles. And those of you seen my videos on the Buddy heaters, I got like 3 of them out in the shop right now, and I got another 3 in Martinez. They use the 1-pound type bottle. It's made to have a 1-pound bottle screwed into it, or you can hook up one of these hoses to it, so you can hook your 20 or 30-pound bottle up to the Buddy heater. And it also works on the patio propane heaters. The ones I have in California, which I haven't brought up here, which I need to get up here, has well, you open it up and you can put a 1-pound bottle in there, and it's sort of like a heater light lantern. It lasts about, the 1-pound bottle will last about 2 or 3 hours in one night, and you got to change it off the next time you use it. Well, this would be great. You just take it off and you just screw that on there and have the big bottle sitting next to it, and it gives you the like a super lantern type thing, and it also heats up a little bit around it too. All right, next one here. Oh, I forgot to go bring something in here. All right, so I have something similar to this, and what this is, this screws in old school style to some of the older tanks. This one happens to have a gauge on it, which I haven't found the gauges working too good on any of the tanks and stuff. So it's got, you just screw it in there. It's got the left-hand threads on it, so it's lefty tighty, and it tightens up. I like this one because this one actually has an O-ring on it. Some of the ones don't have it. They just use for metal on metal, perfect taper fit. And then down at the bottom here, it has the adapters, so you can screw those new hoses onto it. But it also has inside of it the old school thread, so you can put an old school propane tree on it, or if you have old school hoses, which I have some, and you can put it in there to reach your things. But one of these adapters is really good because I got 2 tanks that are old school tanks that are 30-pounders, and then I have a 100-pounder out there that's a brand new one, but it has the old school threads on it. And so if I want to adapt it to what I have for one of the big area heaters and stuff, I got to have the new type threads on it. So I got to screw that in it, and that one I can put my big shop or barn heaters on the 100-pounder or the other ones and use it. Now, one of the things about this too is inside, let me go back up 2, sorry. But this on the green one you said, there's a little knobby here on it. It pushes inside here, which actually will open up on the to allow gas to come through. That way, if you don't put this on right, it won't let gas come in on it. All right, regulators. Some things propane things require regulators. And you can see with the one in the upper right, it's made to go into an old school one. So it's the one down on the bottom left here. And they go into
those. Sorry, hi, I'm back. Those 2 actually still fit in the new ones because I have an old school one that the hose that goes in the new ones, or you can use with the black collar, which I hate those.
Yeah, here's the black collar one here. And what's interesting is similar to the one on the bottom, bottom left down here. I have one that has the hose compression fittings on it that came with hang on, I'm going to change my picture back here real quick to show you it. I really hate this things. There we go. Visual effects. Boom. There we go. And so with make me big again here. This stove here has a compression fitting hose on it here, and then down below it has it came with a fin for compression fitting on it. Well, I switched it up so that it matches this one on the bottom here. I went and got the extra thing on it because they had a compression to compression hose thing, and I put it down there so it screws into the tank with that and regulates this because it came with a regulator for that indoor outdoor cook stove. So, but yeah, there's different ones, and some of these, like the one with the red knob on it here, has you can adjust the pressure.
Yeah, those are meant more for like kilns and stuff where you can upper and lower it without turning. You don't shut the valve down because that's not a good way to regulate it.
Right.
But you change your pressure for like those guys that melt like metals in the kiln with those flasks or whatever they call them.
Or the ceramic ones, you'll have different size, different type things will require a different heat setting. And anyways, there's all these different type of accessories for the propane.
I know you already went over the one on the previous hose when I was just sort of watching. I have the hose for my my stove at the cabin where it goes. It's got the plastic collar. Actually, no, it's the long hose, so it's got the internal threads that go into the bottle. But on the other side, it has the adapter for the propane bottle. It looks like a propane bottle. So that's what I use on my little buddy here. I got a 20-foot hose, and it's got the propane bottle threaded part on it that goes in where you would normally put the propane bottle.
They put one of the green ones, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't run a regulator on it. It never said I need a regulator. I'm like, all right.
The Mr. Heater doesn't need a regulator.
That's good to know because after 8 years, I've been using it and it hasn't blown up yet.
But what I did do on my Mr. Buddies, and I forgot to get a picture of it. You can get the little and Mr. Heater recommends that if you're not using their manufactured hoses, a filter on there that catches, because a lot of the other companies use
Oil.
like peanut oil and stuff, and so you'll get particles in there that will screw up the Mr. Heater, buddy.
Yeah, clog up the orifice. You ain't cleaning that too easy.
Yeah, so they got the they recommend putting the filter in there to help protect it. So here's one hooked up with it. This one has a regulator on it for the 3-burner stoves. You can get a propane stove like this, a little small, like a mini apartment one, and that are propane, has an oven on it.
You can get any stove. If you go to like Lowe's, big box store, whatever, you just got to tell them. They ask gas stove, would it be a propane or natural gas? Because they have to put a different orifice in it for it.
Yeah. So with this one here, you can actually take this one camping. Because one of the guys at Scout Camp, they had their little wagons pulling all their tents and stuff into the camping area. And I went back and he wheeled one of these suckers in.
Okay, that's not camping anymore, but okay.
Well, what's so funny is what they did is they took it in for the oven, and he was making cakes in the oven for the and cinnamon rolls and stuff.
When you're at camp, you got to learn how to do that in a Dutch oven. That's it.
And we did ours in the Dutch oven, but I mean, he put like 2 or 3 things of cinnamon rolls, and you don't fit one in a Dutch oven comfortably,
right?
But yeah, anyways, and then of course you have your regular grill top one that you can do, and you can see the regulator on it right there. This one has a tree on it, and I've got some more. I'll talk more about the tree later on. But the newer one, this has one for one of the newer tanks, and it has a different style hookup than with some of the ones I have. But let's go down here, and of course the grill, and when people talk about propane camping and stuff like that, they totally forget about this. Well, yeah, I got a small version of a propane grill, and my wife, wasn't liking cooking on it, and because mine fits on the camp chef, and so she went out and bought one of these for herself.
I got one of those Coleman tailgate buddies.
Mm-hmm.
That thing gets hot. And it's got wheels, and I got a cover for it, and it actually lives outside. And I don't need to take it to the cabin, but I use that here because I was not in the mood to spend $800 on a full-size grill, and I got that at Ollie's on sale. Plus, I had like a 15% off coupon. I got it for like $60, and it's a $189 grill. I was like, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. I went ahead and put the filters on all my Mr. Buddies, or all my Buddy heaters, because some of my hoses are from Mr. Heater, and some of them are
China.
Put it on so I'm safe all around.
I never put one on because I always get the gas in the same place. And after 6 years, if it blows up, I'm sure there's a YouTube video on how to clean it out.
Yeah.
I'll play with it.
All right. This is kind of like the one that's behind me up here. This is an indoor-outdoor cooktop. Is a little bit smaller than the one I have behind me, but so if you have an electric stove and you want to do canning, these indoor-outdoor ones work great. And I did several videos with Tammy. Mark, you were on one, commenting on the one when I did it, and
just make sure you're not in a closed environment, because it is an open flame, and it does give off carbon monoxide and all that stuff.
It's like a regular stove in your kitchen.
Get it. Just make sure you have, if you don't have a outside exhausting vent, and yours just recirculates it into the room there, and it's a small room. Do it in an open area, but get a CO detector just in case. I mean, not that you're going to be running that thing for 24/7 in a house, but. Lolo and
Prepper, if you're thinking about investing in a 30-pound tank, generally Home Depot and Amazon, and they'll both ship it to you, have the Flame King 30 pounders, and I got 5 of those because they're the cheapest ones out there, and they are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I got one.
Last year it was it fluctuated between $72 and $76 for a 30 pounder. And Home Depot and Amazon were going both way on the price as Flame King adjusted their, doing their sales and stuff. So, but yeah, I got, like five 30 pounders here, and I got a couple in California for my wife. So, all right, next one.
I bought an 80 pounder when I was living in my last house because we had a gas dryer from our previous house, and we brought it with, and I hate electric dryers, so we didn't have natural gas now, so I ran the pipe, and had a 80-pound tank sitting on my deck with a hole in the wall, ran through to the dryer. I called Sears. I was like, I need to get the retro kit to go from natural gas to propane for this model. They're like, oh, okay, are you a plumber? I was like, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll order it. I just went in there and said, here's my name, and they handed it to me. They didn't ask me for certification because you need a plumber to do it. I'm like, whatever. The directions were in the bag. I'm like, yeah, okay. 10 millimeter socket, pull out the orifice, put that in there, put the little needle pin over here, done. Fired it up, worked great.
Here's a fun fact. Let me change it up here for a second. On we had set up a granny unit there in California for my mom, and got a stove at Home Depot and put it in. And then after she passed away, we kind of cleaned it, gutted it out and cleaned everything up for storage and other things, and got a boatload of canning stuff up there. Anyways, I made a little platform on with wheels and put that on there, and did a little research, and since it was natural gas, all I needed to do I didn't have to change the needles, the orifices themselves.
Yeah, turn a valve,
wrench, and just tighten it down, and it would crimp down the. The variable orifice. Yeah. Yeah, it clamp it down, and so I just changed the 4 burners, and I changed the. I just tightened up the one for the oven.
Yeah.
And then put a propane tank on the platform right next to it, and hooked it up.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, next one here. Some of these ones, like the ones coming out the most with is gas one. There were a couple other ones prior to that ran on these butane ones.
I got a couple of those.
They now come with an adapter to hook a 1 pound bottle up to it. Either
really?
Generally, this has to be open up, and it locks in there into it, and has a hose that comes out the back.
Oh, I got to look into that because I got 4 of those butane stoves. Now, don't get me wrong. I used to take them camping. They were great, but it was in the summertime. Yeah. But when it gets cold, a little bit, when it's below 50 degrees outside, you fire that thing up, your flame is going great for about 3 minutes, and then the can freezes.
Yeah.
And you got nothing. And it's like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
But yeah, some say butane or propane on them now. Others were just, you just buy the adapter to it, and you have to do it.
Well, I gotta see if because they all probably take the same adapter because they all take the same can.
Yep.
Huh. Find that adapter for me, please.
All right. So if you have your 20 or 30 or 40 pound propane tanks, you can get a space heater. It goes on, and there are a bunch of different types of space heaters.
Yeah, don't do that inside.
Yeah. Unless you can do it inside in a barn where the barn doors don't seal and you get a breeze blowing through there all the friggin' time anyways.
You're not gonna heat when it's 20 degrees outside, you're not gonna heat your barn up to 70 degrees.
Oh no.
But if you're close to it, it'll keep you warm. Yeah.
You're gonna take the chill, you take the freezing out of the barn barely if it's down, if it's really, really cold, but you'll make it comfortable enough where you can work out there and to get stuff done.
Yeah, I never seen that one. I had one of those parabolic dish ones.
Yeah,
which you're going to probably show next
year. The ones that's it's a ceramic catalytic type thing in there.
Right.
So now this one here. What's neat about it is, you can put a small coffee pot on top, but you got to have a good mitt glove, like an UV glove or woven glove. Yeah. But yeah, the other ones. Now I got a couple of these out in the shop, and
those still need those need electric though.
Yeah. Well, some of them do. This one doesn't. I don't know why.
It must be just a parabolic. Then it must just let heat out.
And I think it has automatic. As it heats up, it has one of those little fans that run off the heat and just keeps the air extra moving on it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it has everything else on it here. But most of them do. Here's the buddy we were talking about. And you can see the green tank on the other side. And that's where that thing can swivel up out of the way. And so on mine, I put the filter on it, swivel it up, and hook the hose to it.
Yep.
And these things on the back have wall mounting brackets. So you measure it, you put 2 screws on the wall, and you can mount it up 3 feet off the floor and just hang it from the wall.
Yeah, I prefer mine on a 4 because, physics, heat rises.
Yeah.
So, hey, they do make it. I've seen it, and I don't know who makes it or sells it. I'm sure it's some random company. You can get a little metal bracket that hard attaches to the top of that thing so you can cook on it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, let me grab something right over here. One of the things you can do is you can make it so you can put a fan on it. Let me grab the fan.
Yeah, whatchamacallit? Tammy just mentioned that. Hi, Tammy. I know you're out there.
Okay. Now, I saw this from Gunslinger Outdoors, and he took one of these, and he just notched it in the back here a little bit, and then stuck it on it so near the top, so that it rested on not the top one, not the next one, the next one down, and the second one down was where it notched in, and it would sit in there, and it would just kind of sit in there. Well, I took it a step further. I got a plate, and I did videos on this where at the angle you can stick it in there between the top one and the next one down, and it sits just a slight slope to it, and then this just sits right on top of it.
Oh, cool. How much are those? I've seen those at some of the Tractor Supplies and that. They're not cheap.
So that's, and that works for that. This is why this is not. Usually I have most of these. I have these on my wood burning stove, but I got a couple extra to put on the Mr. Buddy to blow the air around out in the shop and not just go straight up. It kind of goes out and kind of circulates the air. This here is the little buddy, and it takes the green ones. And they
one pound tanks.
They say they don't make an adapter so you can hook a big tank to it. Yeah, they do. They just don't tell you how to do it, but I will. Hey, you tell Mike, how's it going? Shady Hill, Homestead, hey. All right, so what I do on this, I'll show the picture of the propane tree again. I have a propane tree attached to my 30-pounder in the master bedroom in the Roman tub, which we never use, and we're going to be ripping out here, as soon as the comes up here full time, and we're going to put other cabinets and stuff in there for more, for putting bath towels and stuff in there. But and you just screw that on the top of the propane tree, and it works great.
Oh, imagine that, because it's the same thread. It's a 1 pound bottle adapter, not adapter, but the threaded part. Cool.
Yeah. And what's neat about it is the 30-pound bottle that's in there right now has been in there for a winter and a half already, and we're starting on the second full winter. So, and it's still half full.
Ooh, I wonder if they make a 90-degree one where you can screw it into a 20 or 30-pound tank and then screw
Watch, I got stuff coming up here for that, and we'll talk about that when it comes up here. But yeah, I figured out how I'm going to put one of these setups on it. I just haven't done it yet. I haven't gotten the grinder out there and stuff to make it so it'll lock on the top and work it. But when I do, I'll do a video on it for you guys. All right, next one here is the standard one. Yes,
a parabolic dish. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 4 of those dishes, and
they work good, but if you bump them, they shut off.
Well, my older ones don't shut off when you bump them.
Well,
newer ones do.
Yes. Well, there is that.
The older ones I've had since before I got married 37 years ago.
Yeah, and they'll work probably for another 40 years. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Howie.
Later, Howie.
All right. This is a vertical shop heater, and it's got a regulator on it there. And basically, it just has like a some buffer pans in there, and it heats up everything. Just radiates, heats out, and flows up and stuff. So. Yeah, Kaylin, when the little buddies go, it's I'm not sure why, unless they were using a refilled bottle and they've got some stuff in that bottle refilling it.
Sometimes the anti-tip switch, they go bad. They do, and you can buy the switches. Yeah. And I forget, I think Diorsi he did a video on his that did the same thing, and he just bought the switch. He took it apart, figured it out, and found the switch and put a switch in it. He's like, works fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to bypass it, but
yeah. Yeah, and the little buddy also has the oxygen sensor switch on it too, I believe.
Mine doesn't. I don't think.
I think, mine, the later models, they added it to it because people were being stupid.
Oh, well. Yeah, let's put it in the closet and shut the door. Yeah.
Okay. If you have the little bottles here, this is how you fill it. You put this onto your tank. Make sure your tank's upside down, and then you put it on there, and then you open it. You open up the tank, then you open up this, and you fill up your little bottles. Bob actually did it on one of the live streams.
I have the really, really cheap version, which is just a piece of brass. Yeah. Screws into one, screw the bottle on it, and have it upside down. Get your hand under there and open the valve, and then close the valve, and then there you
go. There are a bunch of different ones on here. I have one of these. Now, if you have one of these, you can get the other from not a female for the throwaway bottles, but a male. And then you can screw them. You put it on there and have it facing up, and just screw the Mr. Buddy on one of these.
There you go.
All right, propane tree. So you see the lantern up here, how it screws on the top? That's how the little buddy screws on there. And that the one I have in the master bath is not. These are single ones. Most of my trees are single piece. The one I got in there is a 2-piecer, and I just took the top off because basically you can take off, make it a shorter one, and that's what I have in there. So it's
I bought a Coleman one at Ollie's. I haven't used it yet, but I got it out at the cabin. I'm like, okay, I knew what it was. I just haven't used it yet for anything.
Yeah. And Lil and Pepper says that hers has a sensor on it.
I think mine's like 7 years old. I don't have the sensor on mine.
All right. So you can see how it works. The 2 of my trees do not fit do not have the big easy screw on thing on it there on the right. Mine have the old type that are just screw right into it. and it has the two brackets. It slides in there on the old style valves. It had a thing that would just fit in there just perfect. The new ones they put on there, and you can put a bracket on it because idiots were putting too short of a hose to their cook stove or something, or putting too big of a thing up on top. They're putting the regular burner on top and putting a big pot of water up there.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, idiots. No, it's not. The biggest thing you want to put on there is the lantern or the Mr. Buddy heater, which is actually
the baby one. Yeah, the little one.
Yeah, the little buddy.
So just as a maintenance note, on any of your valves, like for your barbecue or anything like that, if you look inside the screw-on collar or the old school one, there's a little rubber O-ring in there.
Mm-hmm.
They do dry, they do crack, and you do need to replace it. As they start to get older, I'd suggest find a little spray bottle somewhere, and I don't care if it's a leftover bottle from one of your cleaners in the house, rinse it out real well, throw like 5 or 6 drops of Dawn in there and put some water in there, and don't shake it till it foams, just shake it till it mixes and spray it on there and turn the gas on and see if you got bubbles. If you got bubbles, either A, it's not tight enough, or B, your rubber gasket, your rubber O-ring is shot. I have some food grade dielectric silicone lubricant grease that I'll put a tiny bit on there on my O-rings, and they last for years. Yeah. But they do dry, rot, and crack, and you'll leak all. If you forget to turn your bottle off, your propane will just bleed out overnight if it's in the outside grill, and next time you go to grill, it's like, crap, I'm out of propane.
Yeah. All right.
I got one of those too.
I put this one on. I put this one on. I was going to put a smaller one on here, but I got the big one in honor of Corky at White Family Farm and her flame thrower that she has.
I got the Harbor Freight one. It was like $29, and
dude,
got a 10-foot hose. You put your bottle on a cart and roll it around with you.
They got such a short handle.
No, mine's actually fairly. I'm 6'3", and I mean I can hold on to it, and I don't have to bend over.
I stopped buying them at Harbor Freight years ago because all they had was the short handle. I mean, it's like it's like, oh man, the heat. So I got the one with a 5-foot handle on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because the one I have out here is a 800,000 BTU. Yeah, it's a real flamethrower, and I taking out all the goat head weeds and stuff like that. It just cooks and pops like popcorn the goat head seeds. Because it heats it up so friggin' fast, they just pop and they're dead. They won't come up the next year. But yeah, these things are great for if you got areas you want to get rid of weeds and stuff. You don't want to use herbicides, but you want to get the weeds out of there so they quit making seeds. These things are great for that too. These can also be used inside the shop for a quick heat up.
Yeah, sure. Just remember, keep it away from flammable items like everything.
Yeah, where I usually pull my car in or something. If I need to, I'll just stand there just 5 minutes. Okay, I can work out here for the next several hours.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I have to go buy another small cube electric heater because when the temperature in the morning is down around 10, I will go out the night before, run an extension cord, and put a little cube heater on the floor of my wife's car. So when she gets in it in the morning, it's already warmed up, so she doesn't have to freeze her willies off driving to the hospital in the morning.
Do you know what I did?
I'm not putting a block heater on a Honda. Not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for inside my car, when I used to have to get up at 2:30 in the morning, and it was in the winter, and we were getting frost warnings and stuff. One of those little electric couch blankets, that has the dial on it. I just put that in there, laid it up on the dash over the steering wheel and stuff, turned it on low, before I went to bed.
Kept the windshield clear.
Kept the windshield clear. Kept the steering wheel nice and warm. And besides that, when I pulled it down, I laid it in my lap.
There you go. You just had to make sure you unplug the extension cord before you try to leave.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Torpedo heaters. Yes. Okay. That was the last picture there on that. Go back here. Yeah. Those torpedo heaters. Yeah. We when I worked for Mountain Cascade for the shop, they did not have a heater in the shop for the first 4 years that I was working there. They had the top hat diesel heaters.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we fired those suckers outside until they stopped smoking and were heating, and we had it on a wheel. We just wheel it in there into the shop, and keep it warm. There is something else I wanted to bring up here and show you guys here in a second here. And let me go ahead and drop that down. Oh, I just got an email. You're going to love this headline. We're going to talk about it next Thursday. Chat GPT blamed for murder.
Oh, but come on. It's artificially intelligent. Yeah. It would never.
All right, let me pull a new thing over here. So
that's like asking Siri, where's a good place to bury a body? They stop that crap real quick.
There was on Facebook, Rip Redneck. He is he does satire stuff all the time. And one guy was out. He plays himself, but he changes his clothes for the different characters.
Right.
One's his smart cousin, the other one's his dumb cousin. But his smart cousin says, "Hey, I need to hide something, bury something for," and he goes, "Shut up." He didn't even finish explaining.
Pros.
And he tells him, pick a spot where you want to bury it at. Call in an anonymous tip that you saw somebody out there trying to bury a dead body. Just kind of dig up the surface a little bit.
They'll dig the hole for you.
After they dig the hole down, a lot of times, then you go back out. They've already dug it loose. You dig it up again. You go a little bit deeper, bury the body, put it back in, and no one's going to look because they already checked.
Nice.
All right.
That's like the sign that says, please stop trespassing on my property. I'm running out of places to bury the bodies.
All right. So here we go. So I just did a Google search saying propane accessories. You got all these different ones. They got splitters and stuff. Some of the new quick disconnects I will never use for propane.
No. Nope.
I worked in a shop where we had air hoses all over the place, and sure as poop, somebody would step on where we had two hoses connect together. Someone that's the one spot they always step on the hose and pop it apart.
Yep.
So and
they all leak eventually. You can walk around any auto shop and you just hear there's nothing but air hissing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, from all the quick connects, which it's just for an air hose.
Yeah.
So they don't care, but yeah.
But yeah, so you got all sorts of different hoses and stuff, all the different things. Like this hose in the middle here has the I'm trying to look to see it good. I know I can see the quick disconnect, the male quick disconnect on one end. It looks like it's got the compression fitting on the other. But there is a lot of all these little fittings and stuff, and all different things you can do on it that you can get for them.
Yeah, I had a hose that a mouse chewed through, and I was not going to buy another hose because I'm cheap. So I had a 1/4-inch male pipe thread to a barb fitting. I Tefloned it up, screwed it in there, cut the hose, put that on there, put like 3 clamps on there. Never had a leak, and it's probably still fine today.
Yeah, but you can get all sorts of hose adapters and fittings and conversions from one size to another at Ace Hardware. Home Depot is very limited on what they have, but Ace Hardware has a lot of stuff.
If you're going to make your own fittings or use fittings, always use a flare fitting if you're going to like make your own tubing and stuff. Never use a compression fitting like plumbers, because it will leak and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So always a flare fitting, and yeah.
Oh, they now have a new micro tank.
Okay.
This is the perfect size for Caitlin to haul a tank into her apartment. All right.
It's just big enough to keep that apple pie warm when you're walking to grandma's next door.
Okay, here's the one with the gas. It's not actually, it's a like JIC fitting. And they got for hooking up to the tank and stuff.
Is that the quick connect?
That's the quick connect. No, that's not quick connect. That is a crescent wrench.
Oh, flare. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. JIC flare. All right. Now, if you have something that has the new modern on it, and your big tank's empty, and you need to run it for just a little bit, and you got 1 pound bottles.
Oh, look at that.
It screws onto the 1 pound bottle, and then gives you the male fitting to screw your hose on with.
Wait, that's basically, you can use that to refill your propane bottle then.
You have to get a different fitting on this side here.
Oh, that's right. That's the wrong side. That's
wrong side. Yeah. What's interesting is, like I mentioned before, these type things inside. Let's see, anyone showing the inside? No. Inside there is a spring valve, like a flow check valve. It won't open up until you get the other one and tighten enough to push that little thing open.
Do they have the multi-bottle? It's like a tree, but not a tree, where you hook like 3 bottles up to it, and it has like a automatic
right here
gate valve in it, where it can, if you put like 2 or 3 bottles together, you open them both, but it only runs off of one. When that one's empty, it automatically swaps to the other one.
Yeah, that's what this one here is. It's like on the front of a trailer. You turn it on, it runs off of one, and you open it. But you open both valves. The other tank. There's a little bit bigger view of one of those. Yeah,
they make those for up to, I think, 3 or 4 bottles for homes and stuff, where you have like the really big bottles, like 3 or 4 from outside. They're all together. They're all on.
Yeah,
and only 1 bottle goes empty at a time, so you can take it out of the system and not worry about it, the rest of it leaking out.
Yeah. Your different size and different shaped propane tanks. This gray one here, I think that's not it's okay. So you got your 20, 30, your 40s.
That's 60.
That's I'd say it's closer to a 75.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to pop something up here for you guys here. Do a quick search here. Amazon.
No, not Amazon.
Because it's the same price as Home Depot for a 100-pound propane tank. Come on, where's it? There we go. Oh, this other off brand, which is supposedly DOT certified, is cheaper than the Flame King. When I got my Flame King, it was $183.
Wow.
For the 100 pounder.
So I have 8 20-pound tanks and 1 30-pound tank. Here's a fun trick, although you lose 5 pounds of gas on it. When your tanks get to the point where they're going to they expired and they need to be recertified, go down to your local big box store, wherever they do a bottle swap. 99% of the time, these kids running the local whatever store, they just grab a new bottle, hand it to you, and take the old one, throw it on a shelf, and you're done. Yeah. And just try to pick one that looks newer-ish. Just say, hey, can I have that bottle instead? And then you take them back to your
Depot is self-serve.
What's that?
Home Depot is self-serve. You go in, you put your credit card in, it knows which ones are full. It'll say, all right, you take the one from G7. You hear it go click. You go over to G7, you open it up, take yours out, put the empty one in there, you're done.
Now we're not that technologically advanced, but if it says take G7, you look at it, it's like that's a nasty looking bottle right there. I've gotten bottles from Lowe's in that where the valve was broken.
Yeah.
I didn't know it until I went to get out to the cabin. I go to turn it on and the handle's just spinning. And I had to manufacture a tool in the woods to turn the stupid gas on. And then I couldn't shut it off. So, yeah, there's that.
All right. So right now, the Flame King 30-pounder, I believe Little Lone Prepper was talking about that, is all right. It's up to $79 on sale right now. It's gone up. So it's gone up a bit. And this one does not have the gauge on it, but it's got the new one on it with threads outside and inside. You can see the little button thing in the middle there that you got to push. If you want it with the gauge on it, it comes with the gauge on it, and that's $20 more. Yeah, it's $20 more for it with the gauge on it.
Oh, another tip. If you have bottles that you picked up, bottle swap, and they have that plastic sleeve on the outside, take it off.
If you're going to be outside with it, take it off. All mine are kept inside
mine are all outside, but I take the sleeve off because the water gets trapped underneath and it rusts the bottle through, so they go bad a whole lot faster.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it takes two men or a man and two boys to load it in the back pickup to take it down to get it filled up. That's 100 pounds right there. Awkward. But yeah, the Flame King one, all mine are kept out of the rain and dry, so I haven't pulled mine off. My wife, they keep it in California, keep it in the lean-to where it's dry, and when it's out on the barbecue, it's underneath the barbecue and she has to covers it up so it stays dry too. Oh, what did I miss here?
Yeah, Mike said RVs use a lot of quick connect for the outside stove. Yep.
Is Chef playing insanity? Yeah, the RVs are going for the disconnect accessories where you set up a little table and stuff. It slides in a cubby hole, but take it out, you set it up away from it. Yeah, they're using quick connects for those. When they were first doing that, it had just the regular, like you were threading it on the tank and a valve thing on it. That was what, 20 some odd years ago they used to do that one. All right, so yeah. And so one other quick one here for Amazon. Quick look at it here. Mr. Heater. This Mr. Heater's. So Mr. Heater has one of the ones that clamp onto the hand guard around it for an area heater. The the little buddy is $70 minus a penny. The Radiant ones here, $52 currently. The double one is $76 for the double Radiant heater. And 60,000 BTU is 109. The 125,000 is 238. It's like, no, I'm going to get two of the smaller ones.
I'll buy two small ones.
It's going to be cheap. It's going to be cheaper, and I can aim them in different directions. They even for the 1 pound bottles have a little parabolic heater for them.
I remember I still have one somewhere. My dad bought it. It's Coleman made it. It was a tent heater for a 1 pound propane bottle. It had like an asbestos pad or something in the front of it. And it would keep you warm if you were camping in the wintertime, but obviously in a tent, not a closed environment. I remember using that thing. It scared the crap out of me because it just glowed orange in weird places. And if a bug flew into it, it would flare up. But it was old. They don't even make that anymore.
Then you have the Mr. Heater golf cart 2-pack for $107.
Golf cart. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a manifold for Mr. Heater for 2 1 pound bottles. That's cute.
Yeah. And then there's the Big Buddy. I was going to get one. I read on. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to get a Big Buddy because you have to have 2 bottles in it, 2 of the 1 pound bottles in it, or you got to buy a second hose if you want to run it at full tilt to put on propane tanks.
You could probably make a split or a Y connection for it to go to one tank, one big tank, but still, whatever.
But yeah, it's got a special adapter in there to run both of them off a big tank, or you got to have run 2 tanks to run off or run a splitter off the. You have 2 of the regular. Right. But there are a lot of options here for the different type heaters. You got the stuff, for gas heaters and stuff. So I know there's a lot of accessories out there. Don't buy the first thing you come across. Do your research. Look good before you buy.
Cheaper is not always better.
Yeah,
I remember Caitlin talking about she needs one of them little pancake tanks to hide in her apartment there.
Yeah, they make a bigger one like the green one, only just bigger for 5, and a big 10-pound one too. But she's going to be concealed carrying.
Yeah, in a backpack on the city bus to get it back. Good luck with that.
No, in her shopping bag to carry it into the apartment.
Yeah.
All right, let me set this down here out of the way.
Just get a whole bunch of 1 pound tanks and get that manifold he showed that hooks up 2, and then get like 4 of them, and I'm sure you can hook manifold to manifold to manifold and have like 15 tanks or 16 tanks all hooked up on one hose. It'd be ugly looking, but it'll work.
Yeah. All right, coming up here. Tomorrow. Shadow Scout Swede is going from 2 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. The topic is the bug out. Bug out. Is bugging out worth it? Worth the risk?
That'll be a fun day.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is bugging out worth the risk? Then at 8 p.m. Eastern it's going to be after World War III starts, not done. After it kicks off, what are your plans? Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, pre-cooked meals in a jar. Back here on Tuesday for Tactical Tuesday. Can you survive 3 months without power? Then the midnight ride Thursday night. Then back here for next Friday night Homestead. Too much equipment on farm equipment? Sorry, too much electronics on farm equipment?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up here for the next week. And so I actually did all my live streams that I used to do in the last couple.
Hey,
Steve is here.
She came in right to say goodbye.
Yeah. All right. So and as always, if you have any suggestions for topics, email me at Camp Patton Family Compound at gmail.com. It's at the bottom of the description of all my videos. So you can just email me your suggestions. Also, if you have any heard any wild things like like I'm doing on Saturdays for the after the event series, like after ET shows up, I already got that one on there, folks. Or after, I also have another one coming up here after a year and a half winter. That's one of the events. But if you come with someone's talking about saying, "Oh, this is going to happen," let me know. I want to hear those some of those theories, and we can talk about it.
It's a hypothesis, not a theory.
Oh, some of them are saying it. Oh, it's supposed to. Oh, some are actually declaring this is going to happen.
Of course, it's their theory.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we'll see you later, and thank you for coming in tonight. And remember, start planning your garden now. Don't go out there and start digging. Just start planning, figure out what you're going to fit, what seeds you're going to get. I just got the catalog from Baker Creek. I'm waiting for the other catalogs to show up, but I'm probably just still going to buy from M.I. Gardner anyways. I am not affiliated with him, but I just like his prices. His prices are a third of what some of these other places are, and you get more seeds as well. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later.
Have a good night.
In stream.